It's February 5th, 1975, and around 4 million people have taken to the streets in central Cairo. Tahrir Square is jammed, and the buildings surrounding it are full of people leaning out of the windows, hoping to catch one final glimpse as the coffin of the Egyptian singer Kulthum passes by.
The whole Egyptian people went out in Cairo. There were millions. It was so much instinct. People just went to say farewell. The youth felt that they lost a lover. The old people felt that they lost a sister. All the nation has lost a meaning. She was part of the Egyptian hearts and feelings and passions.
Mohammed al-Hefnawi was Kulthum's stepson, and as one of the immediate family, he was part of the official funeral march.
She died old, rich and revered, but she'd been born poor in a Nile Delta village, and it was the humble of Cairo who took over the funeral. They burst through police lines and surged towards the silk-wrapped coffin.
I was walking, my father, the governor, the official people. The army was carrying the coffin, but after few minutes, we were just pushed aside. And the Egyptian people carried the coffin, and there were millions, crying and feeling great for something very deep inside them, that they have lost something, they cannot get it again.
Kulthum was born to a peasant family, and her first contact with music was through her father, who used to sing religious songs at local festivities. He allowed his daughter to accompany him, and before long it became clear that the little girl was a big talent. In Cairo, she quickly established herself as one of the greatest singers of her age. Mohammed al-Hefnawi was just 9 years old when she became part of his family.
My father was a dermatologist, and Kulthum went to examine her hair, and something has been created, chemistry between them, and they started to love each other or so. She told me one of her happiest time is to feel that she is Mrs. Hefnawi, and she considered me as her son. She taught me a lot. She was great in her feelings towards her country, and she has just transmitted the feeling to this child.
Her love for her country was reciprocated by the Egyptian people, who would crowd around their radios on the first Thursday of every month to listen to her live concerts. Her performances would often continue well into the night because her audience, moved by the music, would call out for her to repeat a verse again and again, making one song last as long as 2 hours.
You don't want it to be finished. The people around there want to have a lot of time. The whole night they would like and listen. They are showing their admiration. When some person say, Ya azama ala azama ala azama, I said, this means a lot. He was so much entangled in the feeling, and he started not to shout, but to show his admiration in an Arabic way. You can feel it and listen and understand her, and all your senses are just moving, as if she's talking to the Egyptian people or the Arabs from their inside.
By the time she was in her 50s, her popularity had spread beyond the Middle East to Africa and Europe, where she sang to packed auditoriums. She also visited London, where she broadcast a speech on BBC Arabic Service Radio.
نستلهم من جلالة مليكنا العزيز فاروق الأول حفظه الله.
Here she's praising Egypt's King Farouk, with whom she was a favourite. In 1952, the king was overthrown in a revolution headed by General Gamal Abdel Nasser, and her association with the royal family suddenly meant she risked being frozen out of modern Egyptian culture.
There was some officers in the revolution, and they said Umm Kulthum sung to the king, we have to stop Umm Kulthum from singing. And she said she felt that the broadcast is not broadcasting her songs. And then she told Mustafa Amin, this was a very good pressman. She told him, I feel that there is something wrong. So he went to Nasser and told him, why you are preventing Umm Kulthum from singing? And Nasser told him, what? Who said so? He told him, just 1 minute. And he raised the phone and phoned this officer as the leader of this revolution at that time and told him, go and destroy the pyramids. I said, what, sir? I will go and destroy the pyramids, because the pyramids were at the times of Farouk. So Umm Kulthum is like a pyramid. Go and destroy them all. And she started to sing, and that's why there was a very good relation between Umm Kulthum and Nasser.
In 1967, the Egyptians suffered a terrible loss of pride after being defeated by Israel in the Six-Day War, and Kulthum took on a central role in the national healing process.
All of us felt that we are wounded in our pride. We felt that we have been deceived by the system. She got a lot of depression that time. She stayed in her room, and even when they offered her the meals, she refused to take them. She felt so much pain. And then she went all over the Arab countries, and she used to sing in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, in Sudan, in Iraq, and everywhere. And she devoted the money she takes to the army, to her country, to rise again.
Kulthum took one of her love songs, Into Omri, and turned it into an anthem for the nation. It was through those benefit concerts that she was really propelled to the status of a national icon. Aside from her patriotism, Kulthum was an artist and a perfectionist.
Of course, she was so much intelligent and so much devoted to her art, to her singing. After the party, she starts to listen again to the party, the records. She criticized what she did, and she repeats on the same night. She said, this point was good. I just did it perfectly well, but the other one is not good.
In her 70s, she slowed down, but she refused to step off the stage altogether.
When some people told Kulthum, you are getting old, you may be tired, so why don't you start to retire? Kulthum said, when I found at the theater one empty chair, I would stop singing. And she didn't never, till she died, one single empty chair.
After she died, a statue was erected in her honour, and on the first Thursday of every month, radio stations in Egypt still play her songs.